Hello, Shala good people. I hope you're all doing well. I'm so distressed by this. My allergy is getting worse. Like, I don't even know what it is. Like, if you guys know a good dermatologist, can you please recommend someone? Because it's driving me crazy. I don't even think it's the sugar cane anymore. I don't know what I'm reacting to. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about apple cider vinegar. So this is something that clearly, based on the Q&A I did on my Insta story, a lot of people have an intense love-hate relationship with, and I am one of those people who has a love relationship with it, and I'm going to tell you why in this video. So what I'm going to do is just kind of explain what it is, 3 things that I use it for and I find it extremely useful for, and a bunch of other things that I know other people use it for but I personally haven't experimented with. Please share with me if you experiment with it and let me know how it goes. So I'm going to show you guys how I use it as well, like during the course of the video, but first I'll just give you some information to start. Okay, so what exactly is apple cider vinegar? It's basically like apple wine essentially, because it's fermented crushed apples, and that just gives you like an intense concentration of minerals, vitamins, stuff like that. And the other thing that I will say is that this right here is the only brand of apple cider vinegar that I personally would recommend. I have tried other brands and let me tell you, they are awful. Now, something to note about it is that it smells really bad, it doesn't taste good, but it is good for you. But if you can imagine, there are versions that are even worse, more disgusting, smell and taste worse. Like, I've physically been unable to like take it down. So this is the only one I would recommend. And this one has something called the mother, which is essentially like a combination of enzymes and different things that put good bacteria in your body if you consume them. Now, some people might have heard that there is such a thing as good bacteria, which you want in your gut. Like, you want it in your stomach, because that's like, your stomach is like the center of everything that feeds your body. Obviously, like everything you consume goes in there and then it starts to feed your body from there. So you want good bacteria in your body, you want good bacteria in your system, because what that does is that it takes up, well, it does one of 2 things. Either it takes up so much space that there's no room for lots of bad bacteria, or some of them actually fight bad bacteria. And the good bacteria that's found in the mother is said to be one of the types of bacteria that actually kill bad bacteria. So yeah, that's why it's recommended and why it's added into this. So again, please, brag rather. This is the brand I would recommend. Anything else, you are really on your own, man. I'm like, you are on your own. Okay, the first thing I used apple cider vinegar for years ago when I wanted to switch to natural products was for my skin. So I think the last chemical-based products I used to use were from like one of these clinically approved brands that I discovered in London. So when I was trying to wean myself off of chemical products, I would literally put maybe like 1 part apple cider vinegar to about 3 parts water. Just put it on a cotton ball, and you know, after washing my face, I would just put it all over my face. Now, initially, I would then put Ori or something, and then I got these breakouts that were like boulders, like they were huge, and I was like, what? And I remember that I could, during the day, I would like catch a whiff of it. I'm like, man, I can smell this thing on my face. But I realized something. I really shouldn't have been leaving it on my face. You literally just need to use it. And again, this will not work for everyone, please. So if you react to it, don't like come in my DMs being like, madam, look at my face. But I mean, just try it, because this worked for me. So essentially, after washing my face, I would put it on for about 10 minutes, and that was actually sufficient. Then I would rinse it off before putting, I think I switched to maybe coconut oil, you know, at that time. And then gradually my skin just got weaned off the chemicals, and then it was great. So at that time, that was a really useful function of the apple cider vinegar for me and for my skin. Now, the second thing I use apple cider vinegar for is digestion, and I actually find that it really works for me. It's usually recommended that you take it before your meals, but I don't even use it with all my meals, and then I tend to drink it afterwards, and I still feel the benefits, and I'll explain how. First of all, it's quite acidic, so when it goes into your stomach, It kind of like stimulates your stomach enzymes and it helps with your digestion in that way. But the main thing that I have found it helpful for is heartburn. So I actually have developed a love for pepper. I never really used to like pepper before. And so me, I love like ayamashi, you know, like those really red stews. And sometimes that gives me heartburn. And I found that if I drink apple cider vinegar anytime I feel like I have heartburn, it really helps to calm down the symptoms. When most people first start drinking apple cider vinegar, the reason they do it is for weight loss. I can't speak to that. I've mentioned before that I'm more into intuitive eating, and I have kind of shifted my focus away from am I losing weight or not to am I healthy? And that means I don't track properly. I don't really track specifically how it's affecting me in terms of weight loss. I honestly feel that it would aid like your weight loss journey or whatever, but not in the way that it's going to be the sole thing that's responsible for you losing weight. It's still just going to be something that you incorporate in a healthy lifestyle, and then it just contributes to the benefits. But yeah, it's definitely not like a magic cure for weight loss, no. Now, the third thing that I have personally used apple cider vinegar for and found it useful for is when I have a cold, a flu, or a sore throat. Once you feel the symptoms coming on, I find that it's a pretty good remedy. So I definitely would recommend it when you are, even if you're in the thick of the sickness, I still would recommend it. And I also find that if you incorporate it frequently into your diet, maybe once or twice a day, that also helps to boost your immune system, and then it can actually just keep the cold and flu away altogether. I'm gonna show you how I actually mix my apple cider vinegar, like when I drink it. One of the things I do is to drink it with a straw. Because it's acidic, it can actually affect your teeth if you just drink it straight like that. So I drink it with a straw so that it goes straight down and it doesn't have to touch my teeth or anything, because you run the risk of it making your teeth sensitive. So that's something to consider as well. In my bid to do my little part in saving the planet, I got silicone straws off Amazon because I drink this almost every day. I just found like just using plastic straws and throwing them away is not ideal. Okay, so that is my list, or my very short list of 3 things that I use apple cider vinegar for. And I do drink this at least 1 glass on a day where I feel particularly bloated, or again, if I had some spicy food, I might have it twice that day, but I try not to overdo it as well, because it is like something that's quite acidic, and I'm just not comfortable like constantly consuming something that has that level of acidity. So I'll just mention a couple of other things that I know other people use it for. It's absolutely something you can use to cook. You know, however you would use vinegar in your regular recipes, you can use apple cider vinegar. Someone had mentioned in the Q&A that she uses it to wash her chicken before cooking. I know that some people use it for their hair as well. So when they do like midweek wash, or if they're doing a treatment or something, you put it in. Apparently it's supposed to be good for like if you have dandruff or anything like that. And it keeps your hair super healthy, but I've never tried it in my hair. I just can't imagine putting it in my hair and risking the smell soaking in there. It's probably an irrational fear, but like, I just can't imagine it, so I've never tried. Last thing that I know people use it for is skin tags. So I know them as moles. That's why I posted on my stories before, like someone mentioned that she used it on a skin tag and it actually worked and it came off. But I was like, what is a skin tag? Turns out it's pretty much the same thing as moles, which I love. So I found that so interesting, because I personally, like when I see people that have moles, I just think it has character. I don't know, I really like it. But apparently some people really don't like them and find them inconvenient and try to take them off. So yeah, I hope this video has been useful, and yeah, just experiment with it. It's great. Don't let the naysayers tell you that apple cider vinegar is trash. I personally think it's great. I've definitely benefited from it. It's part of the many things that keep me healthy, and I would recommend it. So yes, please try it out. Let me know how it goes, and stay healthy.